Good day, folks, and welcome back to Australia. I can't keep it together. That was the worst Australian accent good day ever. Oh, it might be alright, I don't know. I attempted it about 19 times. By the 19th, I ended up sounding like Kermit, attempting to do a Geordie accent and not really pulling either off. But yeah, I went back to the first one and just went for it. So, here we are at Bendigo. Thank you in the comments for your tips and suggestions on how to pronounce some of these city names. I'm sure there's going to be plenty to come. Hopefully you can all help me out. But that's roughly how that should be pronounced. Perhaps. We have got to get them growing at Bendigo. This one over here. Where is it? We can't see it. Where are you? Oh, it's down here. Echuca, I believe. Echuca. Already forgotten. Good job. Anyway, we have points to spend. Now, this, we're going to go with the John Ball. I think that will help us all around. And we should be able to replace it, I hope. Yes, 18,000. We've got a little bit of time with this task. If we go into our tasks, we have to deliver all of these goodies to Bendigo and get them growing and turn them into a city. One that is just like every other city you've seen in every other scenario. However, what we do next and how we do it is going to be key to getting gold ticks or green ticks. We'll take a stoker. We've got an accountant. That's going to help us out no end. We have a promoter. Interestingly, we're past the phase where that's going to be useful to us at the moment. We don't really want these growing as we can't afford to build a second industry there. So we're going to hold off on that. We're going to need quite a bit of cash to get this going. Firstly, we're going to need the station and we're going to need a connection to at least Kelly Manor here. And from there, we can start sending our trains in. It's going to take a little while and we will get going as soon as we have the funds. We could at least build the station. I like to have a little bit of funds in the back pocket before we do all of this, as you never know when an auction for something tasty might appear in the research tree, which is the one that I really look forward to getting, especially if we can get something like tunneling or even straight up reduction of all crack laying, because it's going to be key later on. Right, let's see how much this is going to cost us. We can just sit it in here for now. We're not going to do anything permanent. No, we can afford it, but like I said, we then got to afford the trains as well. So if we leave this balance in here, we can wait until we've got enough for both. How much is a train gonna cost us anyway? Train shed, does that tell you how much they cost? It does. So we're going to need about 70k. Oh, okay, we've got it. But then we want a bit left over as well for our possible research auctions. Although I'm currently tempted to get these going because we will make a little bit of money sending these into here. This is our first one, isn't it? Yeah, it's our first one. We've got 38k, so it's going to leave us about 10k left over. Go on, just do it, Gran. Just do it. You can do it. Right, let's go in here. We'll get one done at the very least. Freight only with... Oh yeah, I should stick the stoker on somewhere as well. We are going to be doing some interesting things with train routes in this series, as we need to utilise as little trains as possible. The idea being is we save money left, right and centre. Right, this one's going to be important to us. The new applicants are going to help us greatly, and hopefully there'll be office staff. We are going to take stokers even with just the maintenance requirements, providing they don't make them grumpy. The reliability of trains is ideal for something which is such a long journey and no possible opportunity to refill. We can get rid of this guy now. If I can grab him. There we go. There's no need to keep him running empty all the way back. That gives us some money back. Again, I should have duplicated him first, but we have done it. Anyway, freight. I want to make sure we've got enough in here. We do. It's all timing, guys, on these next bits. Right, we have some money in the bank. So we want this one done. As you can see, we own this. It's going to cost us a fortune to upgrade it. which we can't afford. So we're going to have to queue our trains up in here and make sure they wait for the full 8. Although it says 15, they will take 16 and you'll get paid for both as far as I know, or I can remember. So yes, we're going to put these on freight, and in Melbourne, we'll make sure we've got a minimum of 8. Make sure they don't take any yeast. They won't, but I just like to do it anyway. And we can sit him in the station now, and that's one of them done. And we're not going to stick stokers or anything like that on them. We are going to buy them though, or hire them, I should say.
First commodities
there we go.
Let's see if this is going to work.
Cheers, Mick. Or Greg Norman. It has been suggested he could be Greg Norman as well. I don't know. Mick Dundee seems close. Greg Norman does seem kind of close as well. Golfer, if I remember. All right, let's get the wood underway. We've got lots of money. We can get these moving and in there. We're just taking the trains to reverse at Kelly Manor at the moment that are coming from the south. Freight only. We do want to make sure that our trains pick up full loads. And then we can duplicate this one as we had the stocks available. For fish, we're going to struggle similar to how we are with beer up there. So we're going to set up another train line and get all this running. Music is very happy today. I had it a bit loud in my headphones. Right, so we got that freight. We don't want to click accept just yet. Make sure you pick up the full 8. We'll get you going. And we'll get another John Bull on there. If we can afford another, which we can, we'll get that running as well. Do we have any trains close? Not yet. Grain over here. Grain, the beer. The booze. What is it? Beer. Yep, beer. Ooh, station master. Distracted. And rightly so. This could be key. Please don't make him unhappy. Well, I mean, our existing accountant is making the new station master unhappy. So even with the red arrow, we're still seeing plus 3%. We didn't have any percent before, did we? No. But this will streamline work processes at all stations, reducing time taken for dispatching trains by 3%, which is very nice because trains unload and load very quickly at the stations, or well, not very quickly, 3% quicker. So just a smidgen. But it all helps, right? It all helps and adds up. Okay, where's our trains? We're going to be doing a lot of this, guys. Absolutely. This is going to come in useful pretty early on, especially with our later tasks. Tunneling you cannot avoid, and it's ideal to do so. Right, a security guard is going to be lovely. Let's get some of these with security guards, the shorter ones. As you get paid per delivery and not length of route, you want all your security guards on trains that have the shortest traveling distance. Yeah, here we go. No, you two are not going to be on the same train because you make each other miserable. Well, only one of them made the other one miserable. We'll get you on there instead. There we go. You can't make yourself miserable. Well, you could, couldn't you? Any trains coming in? We have our login train, is that? Allen Chopping, yep. Where's our one going to Bendigo there? Oh, it's on its way. In fact, it's nearly there. So we can duplicate him and get him sat there. It's all going to be key for our timing. Wow, they're throwing out all the staff at us. It does help that we got that research one just there. That will increase the amount of staff you get. Right, we can delete this as soon as it's dropped off its goods. I wait for the ding. There we go. Now we can sell him. He is done. We have another security guard as well. We'll get them on one of the Kelly Manor ones that don't have a security guard. There we go. Indifferent. I'll take it. More money. All right, here comes our second logging train. We've got until, I think it's 1835, the middle of 1835, around June, I think. So we've got a year to get these in here. The key ones are going to be the long distance one from Melbourne and the one from the fisheries. But you'll see our money's going up. We need to keep this.
Except for the railroad connection, the settlers out here are completely on their own.
There we go. Gold tick so
past,
far.
Many settlements had to be abandoned.
I didn't mean to talk over you there, Mick. / Greg. Right. Now we've got beer to wait on and fish. We have fish on the way. We do have beer on the way. How is the other one doing? If we click on here, we can just get the ones we're interested in. That's that one. The other one is nearly full. 3 more cars to wait for. We have 1 fish delivery right there. And the other one's on the way as well. That's good news. That's good news. The quicker we can get this done, the better. And then we can move forward. We are saving this. We are saving this. Although, I will say, a second grain train might be a good idea. To be honest. Right. Or not a second, a 5th. In fact, he's on the way to Melbourne, so he dropped off some first. There we go. We'll get another one on the way there. And where's our... He's in there. Get him. Right, we can sell this one now. Get some funds back, and that will release our... Where are you? Are you sat in here? Yeah, the fisheries. It doesn't matter once they get up here. We won't be doing it like this all the time. It's only early on because money is really tight. And you have to, I would say this is the case with all of Railway Empire scenarios. It's a good idea to play them a bit haphazardly and just like do your best, and then go back and refine your tactics a little. Anyway, here come our fish. We have new trains. This is going to help. These are a little bit quicker and a little bit more powerful. So we'll get those and see if we cannot upgrade them all. That would be ideal. We can, so we'll do it. And it didn't cost us too much. And then we can sell this guy, even though we just bought him. But it's okay. We get a decent enough refund. He's fairly new. A conductor. I can't remember if our passenger line has a conductor. But once Bendigo has turned into a city, we are going to extend our train and double it up. Our current express. He does not have a conductor on. But now you do. You have Oliver Roberts. There we go. He's cheerful. If he makes anybody unhappy, I'll be surprised. We've got halfway for both beer and seafood. Seafood was on the way. I don't know where it is exactly. What's up with you? You're just waiting. This is the one that's going to be key. Hopefully it gets there in time. We might even stick an engineer on. No, not that one. I was going to say a power engineer. Our fish are on the way though. It's going to be a close one. It always is. Each time I've attempted to start this to try and get gold ticks. Believe me when I say I first played this and these were very green. Well, a couple of them. These two. It took a while to try and figure out how to navigate the first few tasks. I also wasn't very sure on what I was doing with this, and I let my trains run backwards and forwards, which was silly. But understandable. Once they, we'll see in a bit, but once they establish themselves, they do retain quite a bit of stores, and they only start off very, very small. So they take a long time to go through all of those. But anyway, yes, we're on our way. Here comes our fish. It will just be beer that we're waiting on. All right. Here she goes. And luckily, we've got the new trains as well, so that's ideal. As soon as he's in, we'll sell him. There we go. That's another task. I'm not sure.
The railroad line will make a difference after all. At least it's so much easier to supply the new settlement.
Yeah, it's going to be easier. This beer might do us in. I don't know. We could technically send it on its way. But it's full. It's full. In fact, it's almost there. I didn't even realise we've got plenty of money in the bank as well. Which we're going to save up a little bit while he's travelling up there. I'll tell you why. Although we can pay these off, what we want to do is recycle them at just the right time. And that is key because we want to make sure that we get around about, I think it's about 500,000 is the best one to get. You don't want to be recycling them to something minimal, do you? So yeah, we're going to ride along for our beer train here. And then that will be it. I don't think we're going to get a gold tick, though. I'm surprised at that. I will say that when I'm doing the Coventry, I'm not quite as efficient as I am when I'm playing on my own or away from the camera, testing things out. That's something to bear in mind. Not an excuse. Yeah, we might be losing a gold tick early on, which is okay. I mean, if we can get president, I'll be happy. But in my first playthrough, testing it, didn't happen. In fact, it was a miserable score. So if it's an improvement on that, I'll be delighted. There's a few things that it's very tight on the timing. But it's a fun one to keep going back and trying new approaches. This is the best way I've found to do this. Like I said, though, we could probably have increased that with... What did I do differently? Looking back at it, if you get the grain, the 5th grain train was the key there. That would have got more grain into Melbourne. There was the issue. That would have given us definitely a gold tick for the beer. But we're already in July, so we're just going to miss out, guys. We're just going to miss out. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. Right, well, we might as well fast forward this. We're going to keep this money in here. We're going to get another logging train going. No, come on, RNG. This is another thing as well. This grey one, there is absolutely nothing you can do about that. That is 100% RNG. And sometimes your luck's in, sometimes it's not. This is going to be a green tick, I think. Yeah, we're already in September.
With the new
Awful.
town, the area is gaining importance.
Well,
and the
we're selling you in disgust.
To expand the territory.
Okay, I misjudged it. Wow.
You may try to found some more settlements, but not much exciting stuff happens here anymore. I did warn you.
I did warn you. Did you now? Thank you. Right, gain access to the area of Victoria East by 1841. I thought 1835. Maybe it was 1836 in July. I don't know. Well, I'm shocked. Right, ignore everything I just said because it makes no difference. So, yeah, we need to buy some stuff in here. A factory, obviously. As we don't want the AI to choose one because they're terrible at picking the correct factories. Always have been, always will be. They're never going to pick the one you want. So we're going to get this for future expansion. As we've seen, beer is going to be an issue otherwise. So if we have Bendigo here with grain, that's going to help us no end. I'm going to leave the station connected because we can keep grain coming in here. But I'm changing it to the one that we really want, and that'll be this one. We're going to run it along the contours, obviously, so we don't get too many issues. It does mean we're at a bit of an angle, but should be good enough. And then we can run back our grain line up here. Single track, 47k, not bad. We will need a supply tower on here. It's only going to be a single train. I might indeed put a two-way signal just here, facing the station. There we go. And possibly one up here as well. Eventually we will double track it, but for now this is all that's needed. It's just going to help us get plenty of beer in stock for future expansions of settlements. What do we have here? Security guard. Look at the timing. It's beautiful. Who else do we have? A professor. Do you know, I might take that. Yeah, 81,000. I'm going to take that. We need money more than we do research early on, I found. So taking anything like that is going to be beneficial to us. We're going to get this running. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, it's wonderful. All right, freight only. It can be left at... oh, that popped up while I was doing that. This can be left on automatic. It won't really take anything else. But I do it so that when I come to replacing certain trains later on, that we can do them in groups. So we can replace all of our freight trains at once, or we can replace all of our mixed trains at once, or even the express passenger trains. So we go. We do want to keep it on 8, which we've done. Just double checking. We'll get you running and we'll get you straight away with the security guard. This is the best possible scenario for security guard. You're going to get the same amount of money doing this little run for a single journey, that is, as you are from going from Allen Chopping to Melbourne. Let's see about these. This could all go wrong. If this doesn't say 500,000, then I'm going to be slightly unhappy. But recycling these is going to be key to fast expansion. So I'm just hoping we get about 500,000. Oh, it's rough. It's rough, guys. That really needed to say 500,000. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Buying this area isn't going to do much for us. Well, it might. It might. We might be okay with it. I mean, it's a little less interest at the moment. We do want to set this up, though, for, if we can afford it. We do have that we can afford it. Oh, come on. What's up here? Get in there. You're fine. Yeah, we got that really expensive, points-wise, research project, which would have cost us 300 points, this one down here. We saw it, we were looking at it, and yeah, that would have took forever to get at this stage of the game. So that is kind of key. A bit of RNG in our favour. I'm sort of glad that we're still gold at the moment. I am going to take out the loans. I'm just hoping that adding to this increases our company value a little bit. We do own a few factories. I don't want Ballarat to grow just yet, because I do want to buy a second factory there, a logging camp or a sawmill. It'll be a sawmill. Can we afford this yet? No, it takes forever. How's the loan looking at the moment? Oh, it's not really changed. We might have to do it, guys. I'm going to do it. I'm going to recycle our loans. It's not very pleasant, though, doing it like this, because we're only gaining, what, 100,000 over? Oh, it's a tough call. Yeah, otherwise we're sat here doing nothing, and I don't like that. Right, let's recycle these loans then. We're going to take out this one. I mean, it's not great. We're going to pay this one off as well, and then we're going to get that one. I tell you what, that's not bad. 600,000, I think that'll do us. We need to take this area out as soon as possible. This is the area, which is Victoria East. We don't have much going along the coast here. In fact, there's only a logging camp down there. So yeah, we've got a gold mine here, which is all part of the next group of quests. It's going to cost us 252,000, which is why you absolutely have to take out gold discoveries in Australia. Thousands are on their way. This seems to pop up when you set this up. May 17th, 1836. Yeah. It aligns perfectly.
Did you hear that?
There we go. Gold tick.
They found gold in the area. This changes everything. First, a new town has to be established to exploit the deposits properly.
So there we have it. New tasks. 1844 is when we've got to establish the town of Walhalla. I'm close enough. 1845. There's our gold mine that we have to connect. And 1850, we have to deliver 40 loads to Melbourne. And 40 loads it should be five journeys. Everything's happening all at once, so we're going to sort all this out. Chief engineer, he doesn't really get involved. We do get increased innovation points, though. Gain, that's lovely. We could increase transportation fee of freight. However, I feel this early on, where we don't have the greatest amount of freight lines, we might benefit from increasing the speed and power of those freight lines. 23, 25, it's 23 miles per hour, 25% tractive power, and mixed suitability. We're going to go with the Jervis. There we go. We'll get all those replaced, which is going to help. Another security guard is definitely going to help us. And I think we've tidied everything up. There's our new train, the Jervis there. You can scroll around here. I love this little turntable. Rather cool. Right, we have a bit of money left over, which is good, because we've got to get everything growing so that we can actually afford the permit on this one. So we're going to be back over here, concentrating on this, helping Bendigo grow, throwing the staff at us. We're going to take them all, and we're going to set them up. Our grain farm, though, this is a fairly short route. That can definitely make use of a stoker and a... I forgot their name. And a security guard. There we go. You got it. Right, let's set this signalling up, and then we can extend our passenger train to go to 3 stations. It's almost tempting to have an extra supply tower off here, but money's tight. So we're not going to do that. We are going to get this hooked up. This is going to be key. This is the next thing we hook up, because if we can get these making meat, it's going to allow all of our cities to grow, and they're going to be delivering meat. We are going to have to upgrade this as well fairly rapidly. We do have the maintenance there, you see, and it's the only maintenance currently. Anyway, you're waffling and you're not upgrading this train. Right, let's get it extended. After Ballarat, you go into Bendigo and then back again. There we go. That's our passenger route. Perfect. We're going to overlap our express trains. Like I said, we're going for a slightly different approach this time around. And so this one's going to go from Melbourne, Ballarat to Bendigo and back again. And we're going to have one here heading from Walhalla to Melbourne, Ballarat, and then back again. Like that. That's the plan. That's the plan. We have another conductor. We don't need any more currently. We will do later on, but I'd rather not have him on the books. As I said, money is really tight. We've now got to wait for him, unfortunately, to get all the way up here. Ideally, so we can space them out. But we're okay. We're in a good place, I think. We're in a good place, guys. We do need to get rid of a couple of these signals. The ones after the junction. And have one before the junction. Trio of signals. Going that way. Coming this way. You can have a release signal here. It does help sometimes. It depends on where your junction is, as a lot of times you can cause a bit of a snarl up. I think these are okay that are out in the middle of nowhere. I think they're usually okay to do. Increase the number of passengers in every city where a company has a station by 4%. Is there anything that we could possibly save up to? Well, there is freight now, but, you know, increase the amount of passengers. I'll take it. Security guard we're always happy to see. We do need to get our funds up so that we can afford to get one of these factories purchased, which are very expensive. It's going to be a tricky one getting this growing because we can't buy it yet. We can't unlock it. And it's going to be that way for a little while. We need to get the... what do we need to do before we end? Yeah, so let's hook up the... In fact, can we recycle another loan? It might be worth it, you know. I don't know. This is a 30k gamble. Let's see. Ah, that was terrible. Terrible. No, we didn't gain any more. In fact, we might have just blew a load of money. Never mind. It was worth the gamble. It was worth the gamble. You never know. It could have given us an extra 100k, which would have just helped. Although, I will say that this ranch is going to help us out. Do I need a station like this early on? I don't think I do. I'm confident we can afford to get away with just a small train station, to be fair. That's going to save us, what? How much is a large train station? 120k. That's going to save us 80,000 on building the actual route. Not ideal, no. If the trains get bunched up, which they have a tendency to do. And we're kind of snafu'd, haven't we? But I'll tell you what, that's not a bad route, is it? Not a bad route. We've got it a little cheaper. We're not going to get it much cheaper than that. 72k. And then we've got a little slope there. Nope, that doesn't work. That one does. Very close. Alright, bring this in. 70,000. We've also reduced the distance. There we go. There we go. That's tidier, isn't it? Can we get this a little straighter? I know, I'm just messing with it now. Grand, just put it in. It's fine. 70k. Bargain. We don't need to double track it, I don't think. All the way. Probably to the halfway point, and that'll be enough. We will need a supply tower on here. That actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't very expensive at all. Okay, that's good. That's good. Right, extra supply tower then on that section. We are going to need some more maintenance buildings. I'd just like to get this running. But now we do go to Ballarat. Is that correct? Yeah, we do go to Ballarat. So we do have a place to maintain our vehicles. I would rather them not all repair here, as you'll end up with just queues and queues of trains all repairing. But for now, I think this will do us. Could we come back with meat to Bendigo? Possibly, guys. Possibly. It might be worth it. We'd have to have another section. I think for now, what we want to concentrate on is getting these. Yeah, what we want to concentrate on first is getting these with cows early on. I don't want to buy the factory. It's expensive. And it'll cost us a fortune to upgrade it. We can get a security gun on there. But we'll check on the grain first, I think. What else did we get? We got someone else, didn't we? A stoker? Yeah, a stoker would be nice. And we do not need another conductor. We have one down there. Where's our train? Our passenger train. It will be a light blue. Are you in the station? No? Where are you? Where's our light blue train? Oh, it's only just left. Yeah, we've had it paused, haven't we? While you were building this, you plonker. Right then. Yeah, this bad condition's gonna keep escalating if we're not careful. Let's get one there for now. There we go. I think we're in a good place though, guys. We're in a good place. Let's check the grain before we go. And make sure they've all got... They don't. You can have a security guard as well. And in fact, if you... Yep, you're indifferent. You can have one of those as well. A stoker. You know what they are, Gran. Alright, what else are you trying to sell me here? Ooh, yes, please. We need the money. Yes, please. 310k. Nice. Right. So we're getting there. We still can't purchase this. This is what we've got to work towards now. I think given our money situation, we could do something like this and get it ready. That's going to help. Our trains bug out sometimes. He's going back with grain. Oh dear. Do you know what? It might be a good idea to duplicate you. Oh, you might be short on grain. I'm going to delete him, you see. No, not duplicate him again. When you upgrade a station, they have a habit of changing direction sometimes, which is a little annoying. But what can you do? That's what the game does. Right, let's get that engineer. I wouldn't mind them. Oh, there goes our express. I wouldn't mind him on the express if you get along with the conductor or are indeed indifferent. Perfect. We'll be able to duplicate him very shortly then. You can see that our express train is a light blue. But we're going to have to end it there, folks. And we'll continue. Yes, we'll continue growing our population when we come back and hopefully get to start founding Valhalla. Valhalla. I'll work on the pronunciation. Perhaps you could help me down in the comments. Or I might have got it right. Stranger things have happened. I have saved it before we get on board this, so we won't miss out on anything. Anything that happens once we get on board a train is wiped from history once we come back in the next episode. I enjoyed that one. I was a bit nervous about not getting all gold ticks. I think it's important to get gold ticks, especially if you're half aiming, which isn't everybody aiming to get a perfect score. And so we'll see how it goes when we come back. Hopefully we'll get everything growing now that stakes are making their way around the cities. Definitely. Alright guys, until then, take care.